Good evening, Lizzie boys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I have kind of somewhat Monster High news. This isn't a video I ever intended to make, because I've talked about the Creeproductions enough, and I do try to keep people up to date on when the restock is happening, but because the date has been pushed back so many times and people keep asking me about it, I figured I would make a video today about everything that I know on the topic. I get DMs about this a lot, I get comments about it a lot, so today we're going to talk about the Creeproduction restock and what we know, and when it is most likely happening. It should be soon, I believe November. So starting off with what we already know about the Creeproductions, just getting this out of the way in case anyone doesn't remember what the Creeproductions are, but I'm sure most people do, but regardless, we're just going to recap it real quick. These four were released in 2022. They sold out fairly fast because it's the original four, that's like four of the most popular characters. They sold out super fast and people have been waiting for a restock. That restock is finally happening this year. The date has shifted around a ton. I believe at first it was rumored it would be like in the summer, then it got pushed back to the fall. First it was like September, then it shifted to October, and currently it seems to actually be happening in November. It's been pushed back a ton, which is why there's been so much discussion about it, but it is finally happening, and the reason I think it's finally happening is because Mattel put up 2 release dates on Mattel Creations, and one of them coincides with the arrival date that some people have been able to get when they were able to pre-order the dolls off of Amazon. The restocks, I mean. I got this screenshot from Cleo's Nile on Instagram. Basically, it's a screenshot saying that someone's estimated delivery date for Draculaura is Friday, November 22nd. And this actually closely lines up with one of the dates that Mattel Creations put up on their calendar for November 21st. So, there's another date, though, for November 19th. It's unknown what either of these things will be. It's believed that either the 19th or the 21st is going to be. Either one, honestly, could be for the Creeproductions. Again, there's really no way of knowing until, we get more information on what these listings are. One of them is also most likely going to be another designer doll. It's been rumored that there's going to be a doll designed by a popular? Yeah, he's pretty popular. A popular Barbie designer by the name of Carlisle Nuera. Carlisle Nuera. I could be saying his last name wrong, but he's done a ton of Barbies for Mattel, and it's been rumored that he may get a designer Monster High doll similar to Lenore Lumington from... Did Lenore happen this year or last year? I'm gonna be honest, I cannot keep track of time. But there's been rumors of that there's gonna be another designer series. We actually don't know who the designer's going to be, but I've heard rumors that it could be him. I don't know. I don't remember. But either one of these dates could be the Creeproductions. My money, though, is on the Tuesday date because it's just such a random date, I think, Thursday makes sense for, a new release, because that would be, Fang Club Early Access Day, and then Friday would end up being, the public access day, So I'm thinking this is going to be something new. This is going to be Creeproductions, which... Either way, both of these dates line up with what this Amazon listing had said, so yeah. Essentially, what we're thinking right now, and by we, I mean the doll community at large, is that these dolls will be restocked and available again, both from Mattel Creations, Amazon, and, who knows, maybe other retailers like Walmart and Target will get them too. We don't know until the releases begin. But basically, the dolls will come back. And they're gonna look slightly different. There's been a lot of pictures this year from people who were able to get the 2024 Creeproductions, either from people in Europe who were able to get them early from retailers like Smith's Toys, or people who have gotten replacements from Mattel, and Mattel would be like, oh, we can send you a Creeproduction doll. And people were like, okay, I'll take a Creeproduction. And we got pictures of what the new ones seem to look like. Today, I saw this one of a 2022 Draculaura versus a 2024, and they look so different from each other. I've seen other ones where I can barely see a difference at all between a 2022 and a 2024, but the 24 doll in this picture has a completely different, look to her eyes. I'm not sure if I like it or not. Honestly, I have no interest in getting the new versions of the Creeproductions because I already have the ones that came out in 2022, as well as the original dolls, so I don't feel a need to get them again. I already have in-box duplicates as well, yeah. The only one I don't have in the box is Laguna, so maybe I'll get a Laguna, I don't know. I have actually seen that Laguna looks a bit different too. I got this picture of Laguna off of Reddit. They said that they got her at Smith's Toys, so this is one of the ones that was found in Europe. Her eyes have a bit of more of a fishy look to them, you know, like she's kind of like bug-eyed, like kind of facing two different directions the way her original doll was. And I guess some people will like that, some people won't. I feel indifferent towards it because I just don't really care about Laguna. Her Creeproduction in 2022 had like very aligned eyes, you know, like she was looking straight. She was not like fish-eyed the way her original doll was. And because Laguna is a fish, some people prefer the fisheye, so maybe Mattel brought that back intentionally, maybe it's a wonk thing. I'm not sure, but I know that this is one of the ones produced in 2024 because the post on Reddit said so. So, yeah. Her face does look a bit different than the original, as I mentioned, but I don't have a comparison. This is the only one that I have a comparison for, so just choked on nothing again. Earlier this year, I actually talked about this photo of Frankie and this photo of Draculaura in a previous video. It's interesting because this version of 2024 Draculaura is extremely wonky. For one, her left eye is huge. It's pretty obvious, I would say. It's either an angle thing or her left eye is just absolutely massive. It honestly looks like it was photoshopped to be bigger, but I don't know. Just saying, it looks massive. But in this photo, I couldn't really see a difference between the dolls. I mean, maybe lip color, but again, that could just be a lighting thing. They seem to have a very similar, like, dark red lip color to one another, but it definitely looks darker in the 2022 photo than it does in the 2024. Same thing with her eyebrows. Her eyebrows look darker in 22, and in 24 they look much lighter. And I can't really see her eyebrows in this one. But the lip colors look roughly the same, the eyebrow colors look the same from what I can see. It's essentially just the style of the eyes that looks different. The point is, it's very interesting how drastically different some of the Creeproductions seem to be, because this one that was found earlier in the year is essentially the same, just wonky. Same with Frankie, once again, essentially the same, just a bit wonky. I really don't see a difference, except for maybe the scar placement on 24, it's much lower than it should be. Her face scar is just very low. But once again, same makeup colors, roughly the same eye style, nothing seems to be changed. I guess the eyebrows look a little different, but again, that could just be an angle thing. That's another thing with these two photos, they're not the best for comparisons because the angle of the photo for 24 is just not very good. It's like taken from the side instead of like head on, like with the face in full view. I tried to find photos of Claudine, but nobody really seems to have any, even though I could have sworn I talked about it before. Okay, I think I found something, actually. I got this picture from a Cleo's Nile post, credits to the Twitter user in the photo as well. But basically, this is what Claudine and Laguna's 2024 Creeproductions look like. Personally, I don't see much of a difference. I believe I heard that Claudine's hair might be slightly longer than it was on the Creeproduction, but I don't remember where I heard that. And Laguna, another change with her that I actually forgot to mention is that she's wearing plastic underneath her bathing suit and underneath her jacket. I believe it's to prevent staining. Possibly the black material used for her jacket might be staining her arms. I don't know. Another thing I've heard about the Creeproductions is that the majority of the 2024 ones have very stiff limbs. Like, it's kind of hard to pose them. That's something that I've seen consistently after reading, like, multiple, like, review posts and Reddit posts and such. So that does seem to be something to look out for with these, but I know people don't care about issues like that, they just want to have the dolls. So once again, when it comes to the release date, we can expect it to either be on the 21st or the 19th. I suspect it'll be the 19th, because again, a Tuesday is just a super random day to drop something new. Especially when it's November 19th. Like, that date is not significant in any way, you know? Like, I can't see that being significant to the Monster High franchise, or to any horror franchise, if there's going to be a 5th Skeletor this year. You know how pissed I would be if there was a 5th collector this year? I just made my ranking video yesterday. But yeah, once again, I'm excited for the Creeproductions to come back into stock. I'll try to keep you guys updated on when it happens, just because I know a lot of you are looking out for that. And I get a lot of questions about it, so I do want to keep you guys in the loop as much as I can. So yeah, Creeproductions are coming soon, and they are going to look a little bit different. Some of them are. Like, this Draculaura looks significantly different, but this is the only one that looks significantly different that I've seen. Because again, ones like Frankie, Claudine, and Laguna mostly look the same. The only change with Laguna is that she looks a little bit fishier, eye-wise, which I guess the people wanted, so maybe that's a good thing. So yeah, that's everything I wanted to talk about in the video. I was hoping I would have more stuff to say, but the Creeproductions really aren't as different as I thought they were going to be. Because again, that Draculaura that I saw today made me think, are they all gonna look different like that? And when I look at the pictures people have taken over the last couple of months, it doesn't seem so. But it does look like Wonk will be something to watch out for, so maybe order 2 if you're unsure, and you can return the other one, see if you get a good one, and if not, then you at least have 2 to choose from, and you can send back the worst one. That's what I do sometimes when I buy things off of Amazon. But yeah, that's everything I wanted to say. If you guys have any more questions, feel free to ask them in the comments. I'll try my best to answer them, but if I'm not able to, someone else may. Like, I see you guys responding to each other's comments all the time, and if I answer something wrong, someone will jump in to be like, oh, actually, this is what it is, and I'll be like, oh, thanks, you know? It's just a nice little thing we have going on here. The community really helps each other. So yeah, feel free to ask your questions in the comments, and overall, let me know what you think. Are you hoping the Creeproductions look different, like that Draculaura that I kept talking about, or do you want them to look exactly the same as they did in 2022? Let me know in the comments. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, I hope to see you in my next one. Bye!